Welcome to American Reacts. I got me some new lights in the background. I can go ahead and change them different colors. Let me know what you think is the best color. Honestly, I think blue fills in the best. I was really hoping for red. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I think we'll leave it at red. But we are going to be reacting to normal things in America that shocked me. Let's get into it.
When I moved to America, I didn't just experience culture shock, I experienced personality shock. Things that were normal my whole life suddenly felt wrong, and things I was taught to avoid became normal here. Some of these changes actually healed parts of me I didn't know were hurting. One of these
That's one thing I've always been interested in. One of the reasons I started this channel was just because of the things that I was shocked that were normal in other countries. And it's always fun to learn about the differences between other countries. And obviously, people have strong opinions on certain things and certain opinions. So, it's very interesting to kind of see how things unfold, especially as this channel grows. We're growing slowly but surely.
things was body positivity, or just simply accepting and embracing who you are. In Russia, I was taught to hide my body. In America, I learned to accept it. In Russia, being thin is the standard, and you get the sweet pressure from society, your family, your friends. While in America, I feel this invigorating freedom of being just exactly as you are and accepting your own beauty. People are very
I agree and don't agree with this. Obviously, I think for health issues or health standards, should be a little bit of shaming. I shame myself here and there. But that's what keeps me going to the gym. I think when you go off the deep end and you think being morbidly obese is beautiful, you're a bit delusional in my personal opinion. But, you're free to do whatever you want. Anyone's free to judge, anyone's free to look, you're free to eat, you're free to be unhealthy. But that's the beauty of America, I suppose. But at the end of the day, I think people should be able to choose and be who they want to be. But just, keep in mind, some things unfortunately come with judgment.
beautiful here. Instead of having this one standard like in Russia and everyone trying to look alike, the beauty here is diverse and everyone is so genuinely beautiful in their own unique way. And this is so inspiring and so healing. By the way, I'm Anna, Slavic girl living in America, and I make videos about culture shocks, first impressions, and food reactions. Also in Russia, lip fillers, fake eyelashes, nails, all of that is completely normalized, partly because it is very cheap, but also because Russian beauty standards
Pretty sure that's pretty normal here, too. You see, like, these big old deflated lips. They look absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. Um, and like you get the fake eyelashes, blah 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 blah. I think things that can come off, um, in my opinion, are a lot more acceptable to me. But you can do what you want. You can fill up your lips or your ass or your cheeks or your forehead, and if that makes you feel happy, then I guess that makes you feel happy. But there are going to be people that say, "Man, that looks disgusting," and I think they're entitled to their opinion as much as you're entitled is to pump in whatever the hell you want anywhere you want, I guess.
standards are completely wacko. Everyone is truly obsessed with getting themselves more pumped up, more beautiful. For some people,
That instantly makes me think of that Russian guy that like pumped his biceps full of that I can't I can't remember the name of the fluid, but it's like some sort of gelatin fluid And I think he's gonna get his arms cut off here recently, is what I saw a video of somebody talking about him. Synthol. I think it's Synthol. That's what it is.
Well, it is an important part to accept themselves, but at the same time, for others, it creates a very damaging and toxic environment where people actually question you, like, why don't you get your lips done? What's up with you? It's
That's goofy.
almost like us.
I'm honestly, unless you have like a medical freak accident, I really don't think permanent body modification is the answer. And I'm pretty much against it, you know. I don't think it should be like legal, but if I mean, at the same time, you know, you got to respect people's wishes to do what they want. And if they want to look like a freak, then by all means, go right ahead. I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it.
Asking, hey, why don't you drink? I don't know, because alcohol is bad for you. But the same situation with the lips, like, but why? Why should I? When did this become a norm? I'm telling you, when you see jokes like Russian women getting all dressed up and putting makeup on just to go to the grocery store to buy bread, that's true. That's literally.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting dressed up and looking nice, or you know, however you feel makes you look nice, just to go to the store to get some bread. There's nothing wrong with that at all. What I have an issue with personally is just like lip filler, or getting injections and stuff like that, and getting the wrinkles out of your forehead, and then and then you're like stuck without any facial expressions. But again, my personal opinion. You're free to do what you want. I'm free to judge. Blah 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 blah. So on and so forth.
True, that's what we do. And naturally, when I first arrived here, that's also what I was doing. And my spouse was like, what the heck are you doing? Putting full face makeup on. We're going to the grocery store, literally. Why? Well, I don't.
Or like going to the gym. I don't understand why some women put on full face makeup to go to the gym, or you know, I was on the treadmill not too long ago, and this lady gets there, and she has got so much perfume on. I feel like I'm gonna start choking, and I think it's a little absurd, especially when you're going to the gym, going out to go shopping. You know, I think that's trivial. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't. I don't think, you know, obviously there's not a huge judgmental force here in the US the same way there is in Russia, is what it's sounding like. So, you know, it's always interesting to find out those, you know, little detailed differences between cultures.
No, you never know how the trip to the grocery is gonna go. You might end up in a cafe later. Who knows? You've got to be ready for everything. But honestly, here I learned to just accept myself, and I go out with no makeup more often. And here I don't feel weird about it. I think that America really boosted my confidence. Overall, this mindset.
Well, and, you know, also I think makeup's really not good for your skin, right? It doesn't let your skin breathe. I know there's been advancements over the years, but ultimately it's not good for your skin.
Said had a very healing effect on my self-image. Alright, next one I'm bringing up because I've been feeling a little sick lately, and I came across the medicine culture shock. In Russia, there is a huge pharmacy culture, and we have pills literally for every occasion. So luckily, I brought these magical pills with me from Russia. They're called Trekrizan.
I think those are from Tarkov, but that makes me think of Escape from Tarkov, when you're you know, getting shot up in that game, and then you have to take, you know, there's a bunch of different pills and medication to take.
And basically, you take these to boost your immune system when you feel like you're going to get sick or are already sick. And they literally help. I don't know how, but it works like a miracle. I took just 4 of these and I already feel so much better. I don't feel like I'm gonna go down anymore. And so that's what I'm used to doing every time.
Makes me wonder what the compound is in that. Does anyone know?
I like get sick in Russia, but I noticed that Americans actually just take vitamin C, drink hot tea with lemon or ginger,
Oh yeah, I eat about 250 milligrams of vitamin C every day, along with like a men's multivitamin.
and just rely on their own immune system to work and fight the cold. So actually it might be a better approach. Maybe I should let my immune system fight, but this time I don't have time for this. So
Honestly, I think it's always best to juice up your immune system, get your white blood cells flowing. Um, but at the same time, if you're feeling really sick, there's nothing wrong with getting some assistance from medication.
I needed to get myself back together. But honestly, I wonder what you guys personally do when you get a cold. Do you take anything for it, or do you just let your body fight? Please tell me in the comments because I'm gonna run out of these soon. So I'm wondering what I'm gonna do when I'm through with them. Also, I'm
I just eat 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. Honestly, it's water soluble, so whatever your body doesn't use, you just pee out.
noticed that you need prescription for almost everything here in America.
Yep, can't even get the good Mucinex without you showing your ID. Because they're gonna think you're gonna take it home to make some meth.
While in Russia, technically you still need prescription, but honestly, no one really checks. No one ever asks for it unless it's very serious drugs,
That's interesting.
like some antibiotics and maybe antidepressants. But say regular blood pressure medications, you can get without any prescriptions, which is good. Like, you don't have to go to the doctor and go through all this trouble if you need it fast, but at the same time, it can hurt people because they don't know the dosage that they need to be taken. They don't even know if this medication is right for them, so it actually can be dangerous. In that respect, it's a
That makes sense. Although I always weigh on the side of having the freedom to do things. Kind of goes with like food and whatnot. You hear a lot of the European countries or governments mandated more healthier options, and they don't even have the option to get like the real sugary, unhealthy options like we have here in the U.S. But I mean, I think food addiction and drug addiction, or I don't know, those are just two real different things. Drug addiction is really bad here in Alaska, and I just don't like seeing it. Kind of. I guess it kind of goes against my personal values, but I am just not a fan of drug addiction. I also have being able to get the right dosages if you go to the doctor. That's kind of a tough one. Just let me know what you think about that.
much better system in America because people have to visit a doctor to get a prescription, but it can be rather expensive here. So it's like, I don't know. Thank God
That's the
for
downside. I
Amazon
think it kind of
Pharmacy
ties into
nowadays.
like a
Have you ever
you
used it,
know
by the way? Because
making more
I've never
money.
been to an online doctor appointment before. Another thing that shocked me in America is small talk. In Russia, we do not talk to strangers, like ever. The only small talk I had growing up was
Honestly, it seems like all these European countries they don't do small talk.
with babushkas. That's all.
Babushka.
Here, though, everyone talks to us with babushkas. That's all. Here, though, everyone talks to everyone. Age doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. You can be standing in line and suddenly someone tells you their life story. What shocked me the most, though, when women started complimenting me. My hat, my dress, my makeup, and I was just standing there like, wait, what? What just happened? Because in Russia, if a girl
That's crazy. Like I always thought that was normal, right? Giving somebody a compliment, get some new shoes. Hey, nice shoes. Makeup looks good. Hey, makeup looks good. Um, I like that shirt. Blah blah blah. So on and so forth. I just thought that was human nature, but I guess that's more American than I thought.
likes your outfit, she will stare at you like she hates you. That's the compliment. When I told my babushka about American women giving compliments, she was like, wait, what? Another girl complimented you? And not a man? What? She literally could not process it. And honestly, I love this culture. It makes my day and it feels so warm and so human. But there is a downside too, at least while I'm getting used to it. Today, I was walking alone and a car pulled up behind me. In Russia, when a car slows down near you, you run. That's survival instinct. So I didn't even think. I ran. And later, I realized, well, they probably just wanted to ask me for directions.
I don't know. It's debatable, honestly, right? There's kidnappings, and unfortunately, if you're a female, I think you're highly more likely to have something terrible like that happen to you. That's unfortunately that's just the truth of things.
But my Slavic trauma brain said, nope, survival mode activated. Do you like small talk with strangers or do you secretly hate it? Another
Depends
culture
on the mood.
difference that shocked me in America is smiling. Like, people just smile at everyone for no reason. You know very well that Russians don't smile. But the thing with Russian women specifically, some of my friends told me that they literally don't smile because they are afraid that smiling will give them wrinkles. They're like, beauty first, happiness later. But of course, we do smile.
Well, just get your lips pumped up and your cheeks pumped up, and you won't have to worry about wrinkles.
But only with friends. In public, we all keep our emotions inside. Poker face at all times. In America, though, everyone is so open and outgoing. And honestly, I love this. One smile can change your whole day. But even now, I still have Slavic trauma. I am still afraid to be the first one to smile. Because in Russia, when you smile at a stranger, you're probably never gonna get a smile back. You get confusion, suspicion, maybe judgment. So in America, I still wait. Like, okay, you smile first, and then I'll smile.
It's interesting hearing a lot of Europeans talk about their adjustments to American culture. I've never even really thought about that, right? If I'm feeling happy or if I feel like I want to share something with somebody, just go ahead and let them know. And then if I, depending on how they respond, if they're short about it, if they don't, reciprocate, then it's like, oh, okay, move on.
Are you a smile at strangers person or don't look at me in public person? Tell me in the comments.
I don't really smile, but I guess I'll kind of crack a little grin. It's always a head nod. Hey, hey, how's it going? Hey, nice to meet you. What's up? Hey. That's kind of how I do it.
And one last thing that really shocked me was how polite everyone is. Say customer service, for instance. I'm sure you're used to being greeted with a smile, and when cashiers are super friendly, and no matter where you are, everyone wishes you a great day, no matter who you talk to. Literally, everyone is giving out good vibes. Because in
Yeah, and I thought it, like same. It just goes back to me just being so normal. I always thought that was kind of like just how people, you know, or leave each other or whatever it is, or depart from each other. Hey, have a good day. Oh yeah, you take care. Hey, no problem. No problem. Have a good day. Oh, careful, it's icy. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Here you go. Hey, have a good day.
Russia, this just doesn't happen. One day, my friends and I did a very fun experiment, and each store we went to, each coffee shop we came in, we wished a great day to each employee. And oh my god, I wish you could have seen their faces. They were literally blown away. Because usually you expect them to be nice, you expect them to say, oh, have a nice day and all that. But they don't usually do it, again, because you never get it back. You just don't get anything nice back, okay? So it's very, it can hurt, you know. You put your heart out there, and Russians don't usually reply back. So I understand why they don't do this. I totally get it. But then when customers actually do it first, they just can't process it. They're like, oh, thank you. You too. That was just amazing. I wish that all Russians started doing that. So yeah, moving to America.
That's wild because I think here in the U.S., right, it's just so accustomed. You're just, here you go. Oh, you have a good day, sir. Hey, thanks. You too. Hey, thanks. Take care. Like, have a good one. Hey, enjoy the sun. Or like I live in Alaska, so I would usually be like, oh, hey, how's your day? They'll say, hey, how's your day? Oh, it's not too bad. Can't complain. Nice weather out today. One day closer to summer. And, give a nice smile, nod. Hey, have a good day. Move on.
Didn't just teach me new habits. It taught me that it's okay to talk more, to smile more, to be more open. I still carry my Slavic instincts with me, but I'm slowly learning to choose warmth over fear. But what was the biggest culture shock you experienced when moving or traveling? Leave your stories in the comments below. I cannot wait to read them all. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one.
That was a pretty good watch. I really, like I said, like I say in every video where I react to a European talking about the U.S. and different culture differences. It's always interesting to hear the differences and their struggles getting used to our culture differences and vice versa, all that good stuff. So this really was a good watch. Been watching French people, been watching British people, Russians. We're gonna run the whole gambit. We're gonna see how everybody, gets along and how everybody reacts in their countries, and it's just interesting. And then having the channel grow and people, uh, spit things back and forth and have a conversation going. I really like that. I really do. So if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to help support this channel for free. And if you want to watch the video that we just watched, go ahead and check the description. There'll be a link down there as well. Go ahead and give her a subscription, support her channel as well, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.